Uh, Hello, friends. Welcome back, and thanks for tuning in again. Today was another glorious morning. I went for my normal morning run. Was really enjoyable, and I clocked up, the weekly mileage. Training's going really well at the moment, actually. Proceeding as expected, slow, but I'm getting there. Pleased that I did 5 miles. It was really cold. When I went out, when was it? When did I go out last? I went out on Monday, actually. It was actually quite warm. A lot warmer than today, so it took me by surprise. But, that's one of them things, I guess. I also caught the rain halfway round, but it was awesome to be outside again. Beats the hell out of running on a treadmill. Look, actually, there's a couple of things happened when I was on the run that maybe you can help me with. Give me some ideas about what it was. The first thing, when I stepped back inside, I found it really hard to breathe, and I actually had to kind of like have a couple of blasts on my daughter's inhaler to get me breathing back under control. Also, when I uploaded my data to Garmin, I noticed that my VO2 max dropped a bit as well. It went from 47 to 46. So why is that weird? Well, it's never happened to me before. I've never, even when running marathons, I've never had to fight for breath before. So, if you've got any ideas what that possibly could be, I was wondering whether or not it was anything to do with breathing in the cold air. So, on to today's video. That's going to be about, well, I guess in a way it could be, you could kind of like classify it as a kit review. But it's going to be more about running gear that protects against lower limb injuries. If you've watched any of the other videos I made, you'll know that my favourite Nova Blast 3 shoes are kind of died, and obviously I've been a little bit short of money lately, so I was forced to look for something a bit cheaper. I decided eventually on the Puma Velocity Nitro 2s, and so far they've been brilliant. A real worthy addition to my kit. What I'd classify, as a really good investment. 2 points actually I want to make, and kind of like, what would you say? They were like, oh, the sun's coming in. Hold on, I'll draw the curtain over a bit better. Yeah, 2 points I want to just say about the actual trainer that I've noticed. Since the first review I did, is they really do promote mid-foot striking, which I actually like a lot, as I'm actually prone to run on the front of my foot, and sometimes that's actually caused like too much stress on my calves, and I've had to kind of like stop running like that, kind of like reverting back to a heel strike, in an attempt to kind of like lessen the impact on the calves. So that's the good point about them. But there's another little point that's quite minor really, but it's just a little bit annoying. The laces are a little bit too short. Yeah, I guess like if you have a look here, hopefully you can see that knot. This is a runner's knot. I use a runner's knot to kind of like help with the lockdown, and when it's tight, all I've got is just this much lace to get a double knot on it. I can just about manage it, but You know, I do actually prefer to have 3 knots on there, but I know that's a bit probably over the top, but you know, I can't actually get 3 knots on there because the laces are too short. If you want to have a look at that, my initial thoughts on the Velocity Nitros, if you look up, I think it's there, a little thing will slide over and you'll if you click on it, it'll take you to the review I did. Initially, I'm not so sure now because now I've done like 20 miles. No, I haven't done 20 miles in them. I reckon I've done about 15 miles in them now so far. I did actually have some concerns about their ability to limit leg injury, but actually I think, you know, they're going to stand the test of time. If anything, my main issue with them will be, what can they last? You know, a whole season. We'll just see on that. Let's actually get to the point of the video. You know, I turn my attention really to lower limb protection. I guess this is like a kit review, as you know, everything that I'm going to talk about today is something I haven't actually got out on my kit yet. Yeah, so everything I'm going to review is something I actually wear now. You know, apart from me trusty bit of marketing that I wear. You know, this is all about lower legs and how you can protect yourself. So, today's video I'll turn my attention to lower limb protection kit, ranging from socks, compression tights and socks, and impact resistant insoles. So before actually reviewing the kit, I just want to go over a little bit why it's important to protect yourself outside of the obvious, because while injuries are a primary concern, I'm also looking to improve performance and efficiency. What I actually find annoying is that too much impact causes knee and lower limb soreness, which results in the need for increasing amounts of energy to propel yourself down the road. Obviously, if your knees are sore, you're going to tire sooner, and you know, sometimes even stop running altogether. So limiting this pain is key. So not just because I don't want to get injured, but also because I want to be able to run smoothly, you know. So as you might recall in a previous video on reducing the risk of injuries, I used a pair of medical grade compression socks, and to my surprise they were actually amazing, although a little bit too tight. And being the fool that I am, I headed over to Amazon and purchased a similar item, only they were described as a medical grade compression sock that was also ideal for running. Now, hold on a sec, I just want to go and get them for you. Sorry about that, a bit of bad planning. So these are the socks. What are they called? They're called calcium carbs. They're alright. In terms of the compression, no, not so good. Well, it's not. They're okay, but they're not. You know, they're actually less than average. But the worst thing about them, and this is why they're wrong in the fact that they're calling them ideal for running, is this piece here. I don't know if you can see it, but the seam that runs along there actually sits underneath the toes, and makes them like impossible to wear. I mean, they're useless, basically. I might wear them. Well, no, I won't wear them. They're just a complete waste of money. So, you know, trying to save myself a bit of money, and I'm wasting it on things that, you know, aren't any good. So the short story was that these compression socks, they fit just over the knee. They turned out to be anything but ideal for running, for the simple reason of the overly stitched seam at the toe. And if well, presumably you're a runner too, obviously you wouldn't be here like watching this video, but you know from your own experience that you can't run in socks with a seamed toe, especially over a long distance. I don't know if you've done this yourself. Well, I did in the early days, you know, before I really got into running like in a big way. They can actually cause like a horrendous rubbing under the toes, and they can be that bad that you can even get a blood-soaked sock post-run. So that is a terrible sock. I'll never buy anything from Amazon again to do with running. Well, apart from my Danish endurance ones that I wear. But anyway, we'll talk about those in a minute. So for the first part of this review, I'll be looking at socks. I currently have 4 types. They're all my favourites for one reason or another. But above all, they're all really comfortable, and none of them have got a seamed toe. So my first sock, this is actually my racing sock. These are actually called Asics Road Nitro. As you can see, there's no seam at the front there. It looks like there is, but there actually isn't. It's kind of like frayed stitching. I don't know how the hell they make them, but anyway, yeah, these are really comfortable. So these are my racing socks. You can get them actually for £6 from Start Fitness. Oh, I'll leave links to all the products underneath. None of the I don't actually add what they call them, affiliate links. So the link will just go straight to what do you call it? To the product, you know, and I don't get anything. My second socks, these are my what I call my winter socks when it's really cold, you know. Normally wear these in when did I say? Wear these in like November, December, January, because they're actually quite thick for a sock. They're probably 3 times thicker than the Asics. These are actually called Hoka Crew Run Sock. They're actually £35 for a pack of 3 from Hoka UK. Beautiful, lovely, really, really comfortable, and well, you know, they keep you a little bit warmer in the winter. My third sock, these are probably the best buy for a bargain, you know. These are actually called Danish Endurance. You get them, I actually get these off Amazon. It's just a bit of a lucky find, really. The wife, like I said, I need some what do you call them, running socks, and the wife got them. I thought, oh god, they come from Amazon, they're going to be useless, but actually they're not. These are actually £17.95 for a pack of 3 from Amazon. Again, there's no seam in the toe. They've even got like left and right on the toe, because each foot is kind of like anatomically designed. Actually, having said that, the Asics and the Hoka crew socks, they've all got L and R on them as well. And the final stock I want to talk about is these Sub Sports Elite compression socks. These are my go-to. They're just brilliant. They're kind of like got like a obviously they've got no seam in the toe, so that's good on that point. What I like about these is the main bit is it's actually got graded compression. There's a lot of compression where you need it, and hardly any like compression where you don't need it. So on the calves, it's like really strong compression. I mean, when I get back from my run, you know, you can see the lines in the actual compression sock. You can actually see the lines in my leg as well. That's how kind of like good they are. Just to illustrate, you know, how much compression there is in them. They fit above the knee, just, and you know, they're just really comfortable. I love them, actually. And they're warm as well. Those actually come from Start Fitness as well, and they're £5. So, well, at the moment they're £5. There's actually a sale on them at the moment. They're normally $17.99, so that's a 72% reduction in price. You know, so grab hold of them if you want, you know, some really good compression. I'm not going to show you because I actually wear another pair of compression. Now these are actually compression tights. They actually come from Amazon as well. I'm moaning about Amazon, but you know, they're not. You can actually get some things on there that are actually all right. These are actually what you'd call a compression. Sorry, I'm taking off my other compression sock. Oh. Yeah. I actually wear compression tights as well. I know, probably think it's a bit over the top, you know, me wearing like all this stuff for compression, but these are they're not so tight, and they actually apply a little bit of compression to me thighs and me glutes as well. So that's why I wear them, and they actually keep your legs warm as well in the when it's colder. I don't actually wear the tights in the spring and summer, so they're more for temperature, but they also help a little bit with your upper kind of like segments of your leg. Yeah, they're actually called Tesla. I think they were like $4.99, so you know, that was quite a good deal as well. And finally, I want to talk about my these new insoles that I've bought. They're actually inside me trainer, and they're actually from Ultimate Performance, and these are actually epic. I think if you remember earlier, I said that I changed my mind on the actual Puma Velocity Nitros, maybe causing like limb problems because they are more of a neutral running shoe. But now I put these in and I've run them a couple of times. The knee soreness is virtually gone. I mean, I'm going to do an egg test on this later. When I do that, that'll be up there. I don't know if you saw, it's a bit funny really. I actually did like a review on the Inerta D30 insoles. Discovered, you know, that they're past their point, past their best. That's why I bought these. So I think, if I remember rightly, the inerters I haven't actually. Well, it was a long while ago when I bought them, 2 years ago, I think. They were actually like 40 quid. These ultimate performance advanced insoles with FD3 foam. Yeah, £17.90 from Start Fitness. Yeah, it's great. Get yourself a pair if you're worried about, like, you know, hurting yourself. Almost done. So, compression. Just a little bit on compression. Compression gear is important because it improves blood flow, which, according to specialists, reduces the risk of cramping and injuries like calf tears and shin splints. I've actually tried probably dozens of compression socks, tights, and also calf guards, and it's probably a little bit early to say, but I have to say really that the Subsport Elite recovery stock is probably the best I've had. Although they say that they're a recovery stock, I actually run them all the time, not just for long runs and post race. Yeah, they're a full stock that fits just below the knee. Surprisingly good given the low cost. And to be honest with you, I won't be without them. I'm definitely going to be getting some more, you know, just in case. £5, you know, you can't really go wrong there, especially when they're normally £17.95. So anyway, I hope you like that video. It's a bit of a different kind of like tack. On, you know, how I kind of like how and what I do to limit injuries. You know, obviously I'm 56. I'll be 57 actually in a couple of months. And you know, when you're older, you are much more prone to kind of like getting injuries and stuff. So, you know, I'm having to kind of fight to stop injuries because I want to keep running for as long as I can. You know. There's nothing make me more happier, you know, to keep running into my 80s, you know. Well, that'd be good, eh? An 80-year-old doing an Ironman. What I'm essentially doing is lessen impact through the whole leg. So from the insole to the sock and the compression tights as well. 2023 is actually the first year I'm using this combination, mainly because in previous seasons I started to experience more injuries at longer distances later in the season. So, you know, that actually causes problems moving forward. Essentially, what I'm attempting to do is lessen the possibility of injuries, which will allow me to continue building strength through the winter into the next season, rather than what happens every year since 2020, which is I'll get a late season injury, say in October, stop running, I'll get a cold or flu in November, and then I'm out of action again until like January or even February. So 4 months of no running means that every year I have to train really hard to get back to, you know, the fitness I was at before I got injured. That's the hope anyway. Here's hoping that that you know, you find this valuable information and get the best from these fully researched articles of gear. Please leave a comment below, and if you found the video useful, please like and please consider subscribing. Don't forget what I said earlier about the problem with the breathing and the VO2 max dropping. I really would appreciate it if someone, you know, who knows a bit more about running than I do, why that happened. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.